Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. I'm not even gonna lie and say a whole lot of people have asked me this, but two people asked me this. Two. So I'm making a YouTube video because I appreciate the two people that asked, and I'm gonna answer it here. The question, as you could probably see from the title, is how do I read more books? They want to read more books and they want tips on how to do that because, like a lot of people, they lead busy lives. So that's the question I'm here to answer today, just based on personal experience and what I've known has worked for other people too. So, first, I would say, why do you want to read more books? So, identifying the actual reason that you want to read more books. Is it because you want to be more well versed in a certain area? Is it because you just started a new job and you want talking points? Is it because it's something that you've always loved and you just haven't made time for it? Is it because you want an outlet? Is it because you want a hobby that isn't, I don't know, something that requires you to leave the house? Is it because you don't want to doom scroll? Like, what is the reason that you want to read a book? Is it because you've never read a book for leisure in your adult life and you just want to see what that's about? The first thing is to identify, why do you want to read more books? Why do you want to read a book, period? And then remind yourself of that. So when you do notice that you do have time that you could potentially be reading, but you're not reading, remind yourself of why you want to read. Here's an example. Right now I got some time. Obviously I'm making a YouTube video, but let's just say I'm not a YouTuber and I'm just sitting here. I got like 30 minutes to spare and I see a book over there. I consider it. I look at it, but instead I'm like, you know what? I'm just about to scroll on Instagram. At that moment, I can remind myself, you said you didn't want to doom scroll. You said you didn't want to be on Instagram and you want to read a book. And that kind of can put me back in that state of mind. So that's tip one. Step or tip two, I don't want to say step, but another way that you can make more time for reading or read more if you have the time or not is to set a very small goal. Like start out small. So just say, every other day I'm going to read for 10 minutes. That's very reasonable. Most people can find 10 minutes of their day. You could just say every other day, this is the book I want to read. Every other day I read for 10 minutes. Every other day I'll read for 20 minutes. Every day I'll read for 10 minutes. On my way to work, before I start listening to my music, I could put an audio book on for 10 minutes. Like, just start off small if your thing is you don't want that big commitment. Because saying like, oh, I'm going to read 10 books a week, that could be a bit much. Yes, it's doable. But if you're saying, I want to make more time to read, I want to read more books, set a really small goal and actually document it. I don't know about y'all, but for me to actually write down what I'm going to do and keep a habit tracker of it helps me out. So you can put it in your journal, put a check mark beside the date on your calendar, whatever, that you read for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever the case may be. Do that. That's the second step or tip. I keep saying step, y'all. Second tip. Another thing you could do is try different formats. You can read a physical book. You can. I'm all for physical books. I'm all for any format book. So, like, if you're having trouble reading a physical book because maybe it seems daunting to pick up a 600-page book, even though you're only reading 2 to 3 pages at a time, maybe it seems annoying to be able to, like, have to go out and buy a Kindle when you really don't want to buy a Kindle. Whatever the case may be. And while I would say you can just download the Kindle app and read your books on your phone, sometimes, again, going back to your why, sometimes the why is I don't want to be on my phone. Not just scrolling Instagram, but I know for me, while I do read in my Kindle app sometimes, I don't want to be on my phone. So it's like, for me, the solution is not going to be to download the Kindle app and read on my phone. So I'm scrolling through the books as opposed to scrolling on Instagram. But for you, that might be a solution because maybe that's not your why. You don't think you're on your, like, you don't care about your phone and all that. That's not a part of why you're wanting to read. So you can get on your phone, download the Kindle app, and read on your phone. So I'm scrolling through the books as opposed to scrolling on Instagram. But for you, that might be a solution because maybe that's not your why. You don't care about your phone and all that. That's not a part of why you're wanting to read. So you can get on your phone, download the Kindle app, There are lots of free books that you can get. They're always running sales. You can download the Libby app from your library if they support that, and you can check out ebooks that you can read in your Kindle app. And so you can do that where you would pick up your phone and get on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, open that Kindle app. And again, it doesn't have to be like, I need to finish this book today. Just read something if that's what you want to do. Another thing, ebooks. That's another format you can't, not ebooks. Audiobooks is another format that you could try to use to see, does that work for you? Like I just mentioned, you can listen to it on your way to work while you're in a car, or if you're in a huge city where you don't really drive a car, but you on a train or whatever, pop your headphones in and listen to that. Yeah, but that goes back to your why. Like, I do, y'all. I really wish I was like a super big audiobook girl. I do. But I like silence. I just do. When I read, I like to like wind it down and tone down. So for me, part of reading is relaxing. So that doesn't work for me, but not everything works for everybody. If you want to do that, you like that, you can take that information in. I read somewhere that it's a skill to listen to audiobooks too. Use that. If that works for you, like just try different mediums, different formats, and see what works best for you. You don't have to commit. You can literally do them all. Plenty of people do them all. But that might help you read more if you could just pop in your headphones, download the audiobook. So many of those are free as well in the Libby app. Just saying. Audiobooks, ebooks, or you can go to your library and check out physical books. It's up to you. But yeah, that's another option to try out different formats and see what works best for you. Another good thing about audiobooks is you can multitask. So that's an option if you're able to do that. But yeah, something else you can do is create a loose reading routine. And again, I'm not trying to have you jump into this full-on commitment, but if you have a work break, a lunch break at work, you could say, hey, while I'm eating, I'm going to read a book. After I finish eating, I can scroll, do whatever, talk to people, go on a run if you're running on your breaks. I mean, some people might. I'm not, but some people might. But yeah, if you kind of put it into your routine, it won't be, you'll get conditioned for it. You know what I mean? So if you say, while I'm reading my lunch, at some point it's going to almost be second nature to just grab whatever you're reading, read while you're eating, and then you can go on. It doesn't have to be this super deep commitment. It does not have to be. So that's another option. If you want to make that loose routine like part of your bedtime routine, while I'm taking a hot bubble bath, I'll put an audiobook on. Then you kind of build that association. Or let's see, when I'm driving to work, I'll put an audiobook in. Or when I'm sitting outside on my back porch in the morning watching the sunrise because it's gorgeous, I'm going to crack open that book and read it. You know, let's create this calm atmosphere. That's an option. So just so you can kind of expect it. I don't know, but I just feel like when you put something in your routine, it's expected. You're building that association. You kind of get conditioned to expect it and do it without much fuss. I'm not even going to lie. So that is something that I would try as well. Another thing, now that I'm thinking about it, always keep a book with you. If you have your phone, you pretty much have that option because you can download, like I said, the Kindle app, whatever app that you use. You pretty much have that option, or the Libby app. But also, like I said, if you're not an audiobook or ebook girl, keep your physical book with you. Keep whatever format. If you get the time to read it, read it. I have a Kindle. That thing, when I leave the house, the Kindle leave the house. I don't typically take out a physical book. Sometimes I do. Like right now, I'm in the middle of reading the Toni Morrison's, her catalog, her fictional catalog, and I'll take the physical book out with me when I go. But typically, I'm not taking my physical books out the house like that. But the Kindle goes. And like, let's say I'm waiting for my appointment. I'm waiting to be called to the back. I got 5-10 minutes I can read right there. Let's say I'm like waiting in line for something. I'm at the DMV. You have, at that point, you got 15 hours that you can sit down and read for real. But times like that, like let's say I'm in a car, my husband like I'm gonna run into the store real quick. It's 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes right there. I can read. So keep a book so that if the opportunity arises, you can capitalize on it. If you have the time, you're prepared. Okay? So stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's helped me a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. Especially because I have kids. When the time comes, I'm ready. I have my Kindle, have my phone, I have my physical book if that's what I'm using at the time. So that's a good helpful tip to me. Okay, there are probably an infinite amount of tips that could be given, but the last one that I'm going to bring up is join a book club if it's applicable. If you have the option to join a book club and you are that type of person, because to be honest, not everybody is a book club type person. That's just the truth of it. But if you think I might be a book club type person and I want to read more, join that book club because you have a built-in book. You have a built-in book. And if you are a book club type of person, chances are you're going to want to read that book when you get to the book club. Like when you show up, I'm a book club type person. And when I show up, I want to be able to say what I have to say about this book. So if that's you and you like, you know what? Are you the type of person that does well in a structured environment? Are you the type of person that will turn in your assignments when they're due? A book club might be for you. I'm just saying, you would have a built-in book. You have people that you would get excited to talk about. You'll build relationships with these people too. And so you'd want to talk to them about the book that you're reading. There are in-person book clubs. There are plenty of virtual book clubs. I know a few booktubers that have their own book clubs on Patreon and the Fable app and stuff like that. They're everywhere. All you gotta do is look for it. My library has book clubs. So look around if you're looking for a book club, because if you're the type of person that does well in a book club, y'all can do like this. That'll help you read, because you're going to want to read the book. Yeah. And I'm going to close this video out by saying I have no proof that this is scientifically proven, but I feel like just with most things, reading is a muscle. Reading more is a muscle. Comprehension is a muscle. So the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The more you put it into your routine and prioritize it, the easier it will be to identify times where you can read. And always I'm going back to step one. Think about your why, because you're not going to want to read all the time, and that's okay. But when you I need to be reading, think back to, this relaxes me. Like, it's self-care. Yeah. Build them healthy associations with reading. Or if your why is, I was talking to somebody, she made a good point. She wants to read more because she wants her kids to see her reading so that they can have a healthy association with reading. Come on, that's her why. So when she don't want to do it and she on her phone, she could be like, you know what? I'd rather my kids see me reading. It popped in your head for a reason. Read. And it don't take much. You can do you can say, I'm going to read one page. That's between you and your goals, because reading is personal. It's what you want. Why you're doing it, that's in here. Nobody else needs to know. They don't have to know unless you want to share to help somebody else. But yeah, I just want to say, the more you do it, the more you will be able to identify times you can read, the more reasons you will have why you like to read. Like I started off, like I mentioned in my book tag video, my booktube newbie tag, my very first video, I did, was it my first one? Might not have been my first one, I can't remember, but I mentioned that when I initially started reading in middle school, like as a hobby or leisurely, it was for escapism. So why your why now could potentially change. So at that time, I was reading because I want to get up out of here. I didn't want to deal with my surroundings, what was around. I wanted to put reality so far away from me. So that's why I initially started reading. But that's not necessarily why I read today. So over time, it's going to morph. It could still be that for some people. Your why could still be the same. It might always be that. I'm just saying be open to that why changing as well, and just be able to kind of self-reflect and think about why you're reading, because that'll help you too. Whew. So for the 2 people that asked me, I hope this video helped. I hope I'm gonna send it to y'all personally. The 2 people that asked me, I'm sending you this link. That's my response. It's a video response. Okay, y'all. That's it for today. I'll see y'all next time.